everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I am trying out the new Tom Ford Creme Quad. I have Rose Topaz. I am very excited to try out this new formula with you. I also have a new lip product from Sisley. This is the Phyto Rouge Shine Lipstick. I have the shade number 22 Raspberry, so we're going to try that out as well. So let's get into it. I have done some swatches. I will be showing you of the new eyeshadow palette. This is one of 3 quads they're releasing in this new cream formula. I'm going to be comparing this quad to other Tom Ford quads in my collection, the regular powder kind. The Sisley lipstick, I'm going to show you a swatch in sunlight and I will be applying it. And then of course I'll give you my final thoughts. So of course this is the first impressions. I just got this palette in the mail today and I'm excited to jump in and try it out. So it'll be a first impressions and we will see how it goes. I haven't purchased Tom Ford product in a while, it feels like. Certainly a while since I've purchased an eyeshadow, to be honest, because I've gotten a little tired of the releases coming out, these quad releases. I'm not super excited about these shades because we've all seen a nude quad from Tom Ford over and over again. The main reason I picked this up is because of the new texture, the cream texture, which as you can see, I've already swatched and felt it, and it's interesting. Packaging real quick, standard Tom Ford quad packaging. The gold and brown has the name at the top in the nice heavy golden brown compact. It's pretty standard, has the beautiful mirror, and it came with the little brush and sponge tip applicators that you get inside the quad. I'm not going to be using those. And then it does come with a little pouch that you can store these palettes in. The lipstick, this is the red box that it comes with. This also has a little pouch with it, so very luxurious. You won't get this scratched. I don't really know the point of a lipstick pouch, but I assume it's so you don't scratch the outer packaging, because I love this gold and white zebra. I think it's amazing. It's definitely going to stand out in your bag. This is the color we're working with here. It's not like my first choice because it's a little red, it's a little deep, but I picked both of these items up from Swatches and they were quickly selling out, so I just wanted to get one, and raspberry caught my eye. That is the packaging. I'm going to show you some swatches in sunlight of this cream color quad. This is the Rose Topaz. I'll go ahead and show those swatches. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. Now I'm going to show you some comparisons to other Tom Ford quads in my collection. Some of these are you probably have. Some of these I think were limited edition. So first I'll talk about the First Frost palette. This is one of the white and gold palettes, and this is all the Beautay shimmer formula. There's no mattes in here, and so that's the first one I'm comparing to, and I'll show you some swatches after I go through each one. The next quad is Nude Dip. The next quad is Nude Dip, which is one of Tom Ford's classic palettes that a lot of people love. I really like this one. Again, Beautay wet dry formula. I believe actually these are all shimmery kind of shades as well. And another one to compare to, this is one of the limited edition Meteoric. I don't know that this is really available anymore. I doubt it. These shades are like sheer glitter toppers. These are not Beautay. I don't like this palette, just gonna say that. I've reviewed it a couple of times. I don't recommend this one. It's pretty disappointing to me, but I thought I would compare because maybe on the surface you might think we've seen something like this before. But kind of side by side, you know, we're in the same tones. I wouldn't really say these are the same shades as what I have, but you know, we're getting close. So anyways, I'm going to throw up those comparison swatches. before I get into application, I wanted to talk about the texture of these because we're dealing with creams now, and when you look at it in the pan, it doesn't look like a cream because it has this like textured, I don't know, kind of screen print, like there's little lines going across. It looks like the powder, okay? But when you touch it, it's definitely creamy, but not super creamy. It's like a powdery cream formula. And it feels really smooth, and it doesn't feel wet at all. So I would call this like a cream powder hybrid texture. Like it feels smooth, it feels probably more buttery than the Baked Gelée, no, definitely. Especially these shades that aren't shimmery, they are even more cream-like, but this is not a traditional cream formula. It's not really wet, hardly at all. And I think you can see just on this swatch here, you don't get that wet reflect. So I don't know. There's definitely something in here that is not in the other Tom Ford formulas. But I think because of this cream element, these colors look a lot richer on me than I think if they were powders. Like they just, things are more intense. So I think I'm gonna like this. Hopefully we shall see. I think it just, first impressions without putting it on my eye, these are more impactful more quickly because of the rich, creamier texture. It's like a more impactful experience. So I have no primer on my eyes. I think I'm just gonna use regular natural hair brushes that I would normally use with Tom Ford. I'm just gonna try that out first, see how it goes, because I feel like these are not typical creams that I would need to worry about like using more of a synthetic brush with. But I'm gonna try out some natural like goat hair brushes to apply these first, just to see like what I'm working with. Something flat, the Sonia G Builder Pro. I'm gonna go in with this shade here, this like tan moment, and see how this goes. I'm trying to get some sunlight in, but I know it's a little bit dark. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. So this is a shade that is not too much deeper than my skin tone, it looks like. Even though on my arm it looks a lot deeper, which is interesting. It's kind of a concealer shade almost, just a little bit darker than my skin tone. So that is interesting. Maybe I got the wrong color story, but hey, you never know. This is why we have these videos, so you guys know what you might want to pick up. Like, even though it's my skin tone, I can still see it. I'm gonna start using my hands just to see what this is like, and maybe build it up a little bit. This feels so funny. Don't know how to describe this eyeshadow. Okay, so a couple layers of that shade there. So very much like a foundation color almost, for me at least. I'm gonna try some inner corner with this light shimmery shade that's kind of gold. Now these are all creams. These are not like, oh, some are cream or some are powder. These are all creams. Which I was wondering, there wasn't like a whole lot of description when I was buying this, and I didn't get enough close-up shots to like really see these shades. So hopefully you guys find this helpful. So this is a pretty shade. It's not super like super bright, but it is pretty. Like, I'm getting a really gorgeous reflect coming from it. So you know the Baked Gelée formula is a wet to dry formula. I don't know how many people actually apply those eyeshadows wet. So I wonder if this is meant to kind of get that wet look without wetting, you know, your brush or your finger. Just more intense payoff without as much effort. 2 shades applied. I think they're pretty, very natural. I'm gonna take this Wayne Goss number 20, something a little smaller. Look at that pigment. And just start around here. Maybe just create a little bit of definition and smoke around the base of the lash on the outer corner. I'm really tempted just to blend with my finger at this point. I'm really trying to be really careful not to like over apply too soon. Just kind of build that color up slowly. I'm gonna try to create like a smoky liner look without like a whole lot of preciseness. Just to take this quad to the next level, really. And then blend it with my finger. So a lot of people like creams because of the color payoff. It can look a little bit more one with the skin, but some creams, like if they dry down too quickly, it's just harder to work with, harder to blend than a powder. So I'm gonna see how fast these kind of dry down. And I'm still able to move this product a little bit, which is good. But I didn't wait too long. I think if you really put on a lot of product, like especially a deep color like this, you might want to move somewhat fast. But I think that's pretty forgiving. I was able to like blend out a lot of that, and I would definitely go back in and add a little bit more with my finger. So when I think about Tom Ford, I think a little bit on his makeup, I think a little bit of a kind of sexy, naughty vibe. And with this dark shade, in contrast with the light ones, I kind of get that vibe. Like, you don't have to use this dark shade, but it definitely takes this to a different place. And I'm kind of digging it. So the name of this palette is Rose Topaz. So Topaz is what, like a brown shade? I don't really know the rosy part of this. Maybe this glitter and the brown. I don't really know. This isn't really rosy. So maybe that's where that comes from. But this is a really fun look. And I think that putting the glitter topper over that is gonna look nice. And it's really gonna stand out against this deep brownish kind of ashy shade. But first I want to go under on my lower lash line with the brown. So we're looking extra smoky. I want to take some of this beige kind of shade and tone down a little bit of that color underneath the eye. So what I like about this is it pretty much performs as a powder for the most part, but you get the extra bonus of being able to blend with your fingers because it's so creamy. If you're worried about like crinkling under your eye, maybe not apply so much as I did. I think I'm ready for this glittery topper here. And I'm gonna use my finger. Look at that shade, isn't that pretty? Ooh. This is what I saw on the photo that made me want to get this palette over some of the others, although one of them was sold out. This is like a taupey silvery glitter. It doesn't have, even though it looks like it has a lot of color behind it, I'm not really sure that it does. This is a grungy, low-key, like I'm going out look, but it's a little bit more muted. It's got gold, it's got silver, taupe, kind of a warm beige, a deep brown. I'm gonna put on some mascara. I will return. Had to take a little break, so now it's a lot darker, unfortunately. But I put on mascara, and this is a very smoky look that was fairly easy to put together, and I think it's really pretty. But I'm gonna put on the lipstick before I give you my final thoughts. So this is a shine lipstick, okay? You guys can see the reflect on here, and it swipes very smooth and easy. I think this is probably true to its name, like a raspberry color. Let's see how it goes on the lips. I have nothing on my lips, maybe a little foundation. Very easy to apply. Yeah. I think this is a little bit of too much of a pinky red for me. I don't know that I love this shade with this eye look, but it looks very fresh and juicy. Love the packaging, very luxe. I feel like it smells like vanilla. Maybe I'm making that up. Tastes like vanilla? Something sweet? Let's look up close. What do you guys think? I think it's has a lot of pigment. It's very much kind of like a gloss in a tube, but kind of balmy as well. Not super shiny, but still a lot of shine. I don't know how it's gonna wear, but I imagine because it is so shiny, it might come off a little bit, but it is pretty. Very easy to apply. I think it's very fresh and ready for spring, to be honest. This kind of lip look kind of awakens the complexion. I like it. I want to try some more shades. I think this looks, you know, kind of sheer on the back of my hand, but I think you can see like there's a lot of color to this product. So I feel like you're getting a little bit more of a lipstick saturation than like some wimpy balm. Maybe it's just my coloring, but it gives out a lot of color for like a balmy kind of shine product. Don't know. What do you guys think of this product? I think if you're into something low maintenance, you're gonna like it. It's not probably going to be super long lasting. I think if you want that, you're gonna have to go with something that is matte, but it is really fresh. Final look, guys. All right, y'all, final thoughts on these two products. So I'm really glad I picked both of them up. To be honest, I have to say overall, very nice. I am not disappointed at all. I think these are definitely something worth trying, especially if you're like me and you haven't picked up a Tom Ford palette in a while, or you're just in the market for a nice fresh juicy lip color. Now for the palette, the quad, this texture is really unique. It's not something I can say I've felt before. Now I haven't tried every cream product in the world, but this is like a hybrid creamy powder product, and I like that I felt like I could really apply a lot of these shades with both my brush and my fingers. I like the ease of that. I like the options, that it's not something that you have to be like an expert with a brush with. And even though this was a really dark shade, I found it to be wearable and blendable. And even after I put it down, like some cream products, they just dry so quickly, but I found that, you know, I could still blend it out and create an easy look without any issue. I mean, each shade wasn't like the most exciting, like these two, probably not the most exciting shades ever. So I could probably switch these out to be something a little bit more fun. This shade on me I thought would show up a little bit more deep on my skin, but this really kind of blended into the background and almost acted like a concealer shade on me or a foundation shade. It wasn't, I need something a little bit deeper, honestly. This was a nice kind of highlighty gold shade that I put on my inner corner, but it's not like, it's pretty. I think it goes with the palette, but it wasn't a standout shade for me. But I mean, both of these were really smooth for like cream kind of formulas. These two shades I think are the real stars of this particular color story. And this brown I was very scared of, but it's really great because it's really pigmented and it blends well. Sometimes these dark shades, they just don't look so great and can be difficult to spread around, but I found this one to be really easy to work with. And you can use that as a liner if you really are afraid to use a color like this. This topper is really special and really pretty. This feels the least creamy. I know I said all of these are cream, but these two feel the most powdery. Again, not a lot of information on like each individual shade in these palettes. There's not a lot of color behind here. It's like a little bit of a taupey brownish bronze, but I can see like over the top of this brown, it just looks like a really pretty shifty topper, and it just adds a lot of sparkle. You can make it nighttime, and these two shades really just create a beautiful smoky kind of grungy look for any time, but particularly at night. I think these are going to be really pretty together. And I don't know if you like this kind of a vibe on your eyes, I think you will enjoy this. You know, I think I could have gone for maybe some other shades at the top here, but you know, overall I like this formula. It's different, and I'm glad that Tom Ford's doing something different because I feel like we've been seeing a lot of the same. And yeah, I mean, I would be excited if we got some more fun, crazy colors, more options besides just nudes and stuff and like taupes and golds. But I know that's a lot of people's favorites. I like it. I mean, I keep buying all of these. But yeah, I want to see something a little bit more exciting in the color realm. Do you guys need this? I think it's worth trying out the cream because you might find it easier to work with than the regular Tom Ford formula. If you like the Baked Gelée, you can stick with that. I mean, I don't know that this is like better than the Baked Gelée, but I know this deep shade was really easy to blend, so I think it's nice. It's a nice addition if you want to add something new to your collection from Tom Ford. You probably have colors like this, to be honest. I'll just say that. I mean, it's up to you guys if you want to pick it up, but check out the color story. There's 2 other palettes. See if it interests you. I do like the new texture. I think you guys will find it interesting. Is it a must-have right now? I mean, I think if the colors were more unique and like more stunning, I would say, yeah, it's a must-have, but this color story, I feel like a lot of you probably have. It's just a different kind of a texture going on, which might help with application. I know that wasn't super helpful. Like, I don't want to tell you what to do, but you know, it's just the main reason I got it, and that's the main reason I like it, is the texture is good venue to work with. In luxury packaging, I think it's a good quality palette. You know, it's still $90 though, so you're paying a lot of money per eyeshadow, and if you don't love every single eyeshadow, it's probably not worth it. Like, I wish I loved this more. Like, this is okay. The fact that I don't love this, probably most of you would say, well, then I should return it. I shouldn't have gotten it, probably. but it's not bad. It just doesn't work for my skin, which I couldn't tell in the photos. But overall, I like the look that I got. I can't complain. As for the lipstick, Sisley, really expensive brand. I like this. I wish I could have gotten another color that isn't so pink. This does remind me of the Rouge Coco Flash, maybe a little bit thicker of a formula. I mean, this packaging alone makes me want to get more. But I like the freshness of it. I think it's really nice, easy to apply. Not a lot of complaints on the formula, to be honest. It's very pigmented. You guys can see that. Comfortable. Phyto Rouge Shine. Do you need it? I think there's a lot of products out there with like a shiny lipstick that I don't know that this formula is really unique. It's nice. I think if they have a shade that is really like different to you, you should get it. But otherwise, like probably not like a have to have. But hopefully they keep coming out with some new shades that excite you and excite me, because this seems like a spring summer kind of vibe. All right, guys, those are my final thoughts on these two products. I am excited to get into new makeup with you this year. I'm trying to be selective about what I pick up and review. There's been a lot of new releases so far this year. It's been a little wild. I can never keep up, but I wanted to get these, review them, and get my video out there quickly enough. If you guys like these kinds of videos, let me know. If you like new release reviews, please comment below. And if you like this video in particular, click the thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.